thinks you should hear about it as well, which is why I'm walking through this information tonight, quickly slinging this over into a few different locations, and then we will dive right in. So welcome, my name is Rachel Garcia, and I found out about this company in 2008. At the time, I was practicing medicine full-time as a physician assistant. I worked 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I wrote 200 prescriptions a day. In addition, I also had just invested in and opened 2 businesses in 2008. So I'd had my second son. So I had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old, and my husband and I invested $50,000 in a construction company and $50,000 in a skincare retail store in Ponte Vedra Beach. And we opened those businesses because I had read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and understood that for us to ever have time freedom, we were going to have to make kind of a radical jump. And our goal was to have some sort of a business that had over 100 employees. Because Robert Kiyosaki said the only way to have true time freedom was to have a business with over 100 employees. And so we went looking, and these are the 2 businesses we chose to start. So to say I had no time was an understatement. I had no time. I was trying to raise these 2 babies. They had a nanny that I'd hired. They called her mom. And I was desperately trying to find a way to spend more time with them, which is why I started the businesses. Now, also in the summer of 2008, my nephew, Bo, my sister's son, was diagnosed with severe autism. And we were told that Bo would never speak. He was totally nonverbal. He screamed all day long. He was still in diapers. And we were told he would always have the mind of a 3-year-old. So I began doing an extensive amount of research. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. And I learned that nutrition very likely played a huge role in the diagnosis of autism. And at that point in time, there were 1 in 32 boys being diagnosed with autism. Well, I just went to a church retreat this weekend, and the first 4 couples that I spoke to, every single one of them had a family member who had been impacted or diagnosed with autism. It's very eye-opening to see how many people nowadays are aware of autism and what it is versus when my nephew was diagnosed 18 years ago. And so I was on this hunt for good nutrition. We were supplementing. I was buying the most expensive supplements you can buy. I was doing all the research in advance. And my brothers called me and said, "Hey, we have another business we want you to look at." And I said no. Because I was too busy. And they said, "Listen, we know the business might not be for you, but if you're going to say no, give us an educated no. And we know you're really into nutrition. So will you just take a look?" So I agreed to take a look, and immediately was drawn in because I recognized truth. They were talking about cleansing your body of toxins. They were talking about balancing out your pH, building yourselves up with whole raw food nutrition. And I said, "This is truth. I'm in." Within a week, we saw massive changes in my sleep. I had horrible issues sleeping, and that resolved within days. My 3-year-old had severe constipation issues. He would poop once a week and bleed and cry. That resolved in days. My husband struggled with severe depression and anger issues. Was gone in 6 weeks. I lost about 32 pounds. My husband lost between 30 and 40 pounds over the next 3 months. And on the 3rd month, my nephew went from being nonverbal to speaking in full sentences. And I believed with all of my heart that at that point, my goal was to change the future of autism. And I went on a mission to try to tell as many people as I possibly could about this amazing company and what they offered. And some weird things started to happen. Obviously, everybody started wanting to consume it because I was so passionate about it. And we started to see massive changes in a lot of things. Blood pressure is dropping, cholesterol levels dropping. One of the first stories I heard, was the head nurse in my office. She came in crying and she said, "My mom had a stroke 10 years ago, hasn't spoken in 10 years. She's been on this system for 10 days. And I had a full conversation with her this morning." She was sobbing. That was one of my first awakenings to how powerful this is. And it's now been 15 years. I have helped tens of thousands of people throw prescriptions in the trash. The checks began to come in within a couple of weeks of me starting to share. They were weekly, they were consistent, and they have done nothing but grow. And so I don't know why you're here today. I don't know if you're here because you're looking for an additional stream of income. Maybe you're just doing a friend a favor. Maybe you're actually looking for some change in your health. I was attracted to the health aspect. I am still here today because I was trying to change other people's lives, which is why I went to PA school, right? I went to PA school to change people's lives. I went to PA school so that I could practice medicine and help others. And medicine's changed drastically. And unfortunately, it just wasn't what it used to be. And so when I started to see that I could radically help people with this, I could create that time freedom. I could create a weekly check that surpassed, I didn't know how big to dream in the beginning. It surpassed my skincare store's income very quickly. It surpassed the construction company's income very quickly. And then it went on to surpass what I made as a PA in a small percentage of the time that I spent as a PA. So when you're spending consistently 30 minutes to an hour a day and your checks begin to come in and they blow away what you made at your part-time jobs and then your full-time job, you decide you're going to go change the world. So I used to run around talking about the health and nutrition. I still do. I'm still very passionate about that, but it would really upset me when I would sit with somebody who would say, I can't afford this. It's less than $10 a day to service your body for 30 days. And they would say, I can't afford it. $289 is too expensive. And I realized we have a serious problem in this country and that people are broke. I saw a statistic today that over 50% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So if their money runs out, if something catastrophic happens, if there's an accident, if they lose their job, they are in dire straits. It is not going to be good. And so I'm not sure where you are, but I'm going to walk you through some information tonight that I believe could be absolutely life-changing for you. For those of you that are trying to get people on, it's pure-influencer.com. And that is where this website is being shown. Okay, so we're going to dive in. It seems like there's some people having some issues getting on and walk you through what this looks like. Okay. And I want you to really think of questions you have as you're listening to me. I'm not often live. I'm live today. I'll be live again next Monday. Tomorrow night, we actually have a group of men doing this exact same presentation. But if you have questions, I would like you to ask them while I'm presenting so I can hit them at the end. This was me prior to Pure. This was me 3 months after Pure. Okay, so I thought I had it going on the left. I knew I was struggling with weight, but I really thought I had the health thing under control. I did not. My husband's massive transformation was his anger and depression issues that were severe, gone in 6 weeks. This is my nephew who just graduated from the high school that I graduated from. He was speaking within 3 months. He went on to go to kindergarten. Anytime somebody would say, oh, is this for real? Oh, is this a scam? Oh, are you trying to sell me something? I'd say, look, my nephew was nonverbal, screamed all day long, pooped in his diaper at 3, introduced Pure, started speaking, got potty trained, went to kindergarten. The only difference between these two Bo's was Pure. And I went on to learn that it wasn't just Bo, it was many, many children on the spectrum that we saw the results in. People who struggle with almost every issue you can imagine going to the doctor for. We saw resolution in many, many times. Am I going to make claims about what's going to happen for you? No, I don't know what's going to happen for you. But I walked away from practicing medicine in 2019 because I found a better way to help people. So whether you're introduced in or interested in the health or the income, both can be handled here. It's kind of like joining a membership club, okay? But it's free. It's a free membership club that gives you discount on products. What makes us different from other companies out there? We're for every man, every woman, every child. It's 100% of the demographic. If you're going to start a business, I wish I could tell my 32-year-old self this that invested in a skincare store. Don't start a business that's just for the women who put expensive skincare on their faces. That's a small demographic. Look for something that's for everyone. What we have is for every man, woman, and child who has a body. Everybody with a body is interested in this at some point or another. Our products are consumable. That's smart business. You're not going to buy it one time. It's not a water purifier. It's not a juicer. It's not a set of knives. You're going to run out. And this is where we really stand out. 93% of people who start with our starter package repurchase the products unsolicited, at least 2 to 3 products unsolicited when they run out. Why would they do that? Because they can tell when they take it. Some other key important things I think to know when you're investing in a business. We're 15 years old. No one knows about us. We're debt free. Phil Knight is one of our investors, 34th wealthiest man in the world. And less than 100,000 Americans know we exist. We've never gone to social media until 2023. The business model is touted by Richard Branson and Tony Robbins as one of the best businesses to start in as an American. I started my skincare store in the construction company because of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. My goal, remember, was to get 100 employees. He came out with his book, The Business of the 21st Century, in 2010. I was shocked when I found out this is the business that he deemed to be the future and the best business to start because of the low overhead, the low investment of time, and the very quick ability to have a massive business. I was blown away. I stumbled into this business. I thought I was doing my brothers a favor. I will teach you how to leverage your time so that while you're sleeping, while you're working at your full-time job, while you're with your kids at the park, you're making money. I was attracted to how it started in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years. I heard that. I said, I can't out research 30 years. It's a long time. And they had a 3-year waiting list for people to get in the clinic. And they said, you know what, we're just going to spread this by word of mouth. We're going to give people access to our cleanse, balance, build system. But the only way they can get it is by a friend, somebody who knows about us telling them, which isn't that how information spreads best anyways? I believe after 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years of sharing this message, we're all toxic. We're lacking in nutrition and we're out of balance. And I believe those 3 things are what causes the majority of our diseases and infections that we struggle with, whether we're talking about migraines, ADHD, insomnia, anxiety, depression, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. It's these 3 things. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. Our food is being sprayed by guys wearing hazmat suits. Cancer rates are skyrocketing right along with the ratio of food that's getting sprayed with the chemicals and poisons. We're out of balance. We stare at our screens too much. We don't get enough sleep. We're eating too much sugar. And I have these books behind me. The China study, largest human population study ever done, shows that you should be consuming more alkalinizing foods, plants, and more plants than you consume acidic foods, which are meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread. How many plants do you consume every day? I'm going to show you how to get more than your whole neighborhood gets in less than 30 seconds every morning and offer you a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. We're undernourished. The studies are showing that our kids are undernourished. The Journal of Nutrition showed that more than half of our kids in America are not getting the essential vitamins and minerals they need. So we're supplementing. You know, we go to the health food store and they go, oh, you know, my allergy medicine's not working anymore. What do you recommend, little man who works over the counter, who makes minimum wage and didn't graduate from college? What would you recommend that I take? Don't tell me you haven't done it. What's your best source of vitamin C? What do you recommend for my child who's struggling with focus? Or you're doing this. You're an internet warrior. You're Googling what's the best thing for my child's focus that's natural. You do know that whatever pops up to the top, they paid a search engine optimization. They paid a marketing company to get their special stuff popped to the top of your Google search. So this is not a Google search. This is somebody told somebody who told somebody who told me. I found out about it 15 years ago. I went to work to figure out how do we get this out to the masses. You're here because I told somebody who told somebody who told somebody who told you, or maybe I invited you on tonight. I don't know. But if you've got a supplement cabinet like this and you don't take it with you when you travel, you can't tell when you take it, you can't tell when you don't, you need to seriously look at what we have. You should be able to tell when you take your supplements within 30 days. Within 90 days, your lab work should show a difference. If it's not showing a difference, you need to switch. Now, used to be the dietitians would all say, oh, just eat a healthy diet. You'll be fine. I'd have all these people go, healthy. I eat organic. Wrong. For over a decade, we've known you had to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat in 2010 to get the same nutrition our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. We can't eat our way out of the problem. We have to cleanse the toxins out of the 7 channels that we eliminate through. God gave us amazing machines. They cleanse the poisons and the toxins out. Now we're dealing with a lot more poisons and toxins than our grandparents were. So our 7 eliminatory channels, your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines, they're messed up. They're messed up, guys. I don't care how good your stuff is you're putting in. If your organs are all backed up with junk, you can't absorb it. It's like taking your car in for the oil change. Imagine if they didn't take the old oil out and they just put new oil in and you drove off. That would not be good. But most of us spend more money on our car servicing, the air conditioning units in our homes, especially here in Florida, our phones, than we do taking care of this. I'm going to give you a 30-day servicing. It's less than $10 a day. This is not equivalent to going to the doctor when you have some wrist pain and they draw your blood and they do your x-rays on your wrist and then they give you some prescriptions. This is not that. This is cleansing the toxins out of your 7 eliminatory channels. This is balancing out your pH by pouring alkalinizing food, building your trillions of cells up with alkalinizing plant, whole raw food, less than 30 seconds in the morning. Can you do that? Can you take 30 seconds in the morning to get good nutrition in your body? Yes, you can. We have multiple medical doctors recommending this. If you go to their offices, you will hear them talking about Pure. We have multiple products in the physician's desk reference. And we've learned that prevention is better than prescription. See, the doctors and I, we're not here for the first 30 days. I'll tell you what typically happens in 30 days. We're here for the lab work that you see in months 3 and 4 that, we've been writing prescriptions for decades and we've never seen lab work chains like this before. That's what we're here for. This is one of our starter packages. It's the Core Plus. When people consume these 7 products every day for 30 days, these 6 things typically happen. Better sleep definitely happened for me within a week. More energy happened within a week. Less pain. I wasn't struggling with pain in my 30s. Now that I'm 48, yes, I have hip pain. I would say I have hip and knee pain if I'm not taking specific products every single morning. You're going to start with your Core Plus, you're going to service your body, and then you'll figure out going forward, because it'll be different probably for you than for me, what you need to have going forward. Better bowel habits. If you go too much or you go too little, it should be smooth and easy, like a Wendy's Frosty. It should not be difficult. There should be no magazines in the bathrooms, guys. Mood improvement. You don't notice it, everyone around you does. My husband's mood was awful. And when it was awful, we were the ones who suffered, my boys and I, not him. He was fine. Mood improvement saved our marriage. We've now been married 25 years. I would tell you very, very strongly, I don't believe we'd be married if it wasn't for Pure. Couldn't have dealt with the anger and the depression any longer. Weight loss. I lost 32 pounds in 3 months. I lost 3 pounds my first month. That's not radical. But I was having such a hard time losing weight that 3 pounds was like, whoa, how did that happen? And then I went on to lose 28, 29 over the next 2 months. Okay, so pretty radical what happens in the first 30 days. If you're over 40 or you're on prescription medications, you need to look at the Core Complete. That's our second starter package, because it incorporates these superfruits that have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. They're 100% wildly harvested superfruits. They've been studied in this country for 3 to 4 decades now, showing improvement in things like circulation, mood, libido, reflux, asthma, allergies, pain, alopecia, brittle nails. Powerful. So this is, again, just add it on for the first 30 days. See what happens. When you start to run out, you'll know, oh, I've been out of that mangosteen for 3 days and all of a sudden my allergies are back. I'm going to try that again. The average person goes forward with 2 to 3 products after they start for the first 30 days. These are my guys. They've been taking the products since they were toddlers. They're now 15 and 18. I always say you can do shots or you can do smoothies. For years and years and years, we did shots every morning. That was our 30 seconds in the morning before they ran out the door. Now we do, one of them, the 15-year-old does smoothies. The older one still does shots. They're asked everywhere they go, what do they do? How do they stay so in shape? Because my boys have turned into little men. They live in the gym. They've been taking Core Complete and the sports line that Pure offers for as long as I can remember. We have multiple educational resources showing you how to take it, how to get it in your kids. I have a picky kid. Don't worry. We help you with that. A lot of information is on this website, purelifechangers.com. I heard somebody say the other night, I wish that the men last Thursday night had talked more about the products. This website gives you lots of information on the products. I'm in my recording studio. I have filmed thousands and thousands and thousands of hours worth of videos that you can go to purelifechangers.com and see the majority of them. Okay. So don't worry, lots of information on the products. I know I'm skimming through them now. I'm just wanting you to know what you have in your pantry, what we have is better. And we offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're looking to lose weight, we have a metabolic reset program. It's a 6-week program that incorporates all of those Core Plus and Core Complete products, as well as some fat burners and metabolism boosters. I'm excited to announce that in 8 days, our company is launching a brand new weight loss product that we're seeing up to 1 pound a day of weight loss. It's crazy and super exciting. And so if you're interested in any of that, look at the metabolic reset and stay tuned for what's happening in 8 days. Sensia is our skincare that's straight from Korea. It is known for giving you what beauty experts and Koreans call glass skin. It's all plant-based, all natural, none of the nasty stuff that you don't want to put on your skin. It is your largest organ. It's got the EWG certification. But what's most exciting is that 15 days is all it takes for 95% of people who try it to say, I see results. I sold the best of the best and most expensive skincare that you can buy. The most expensive natural skincare you can buy is Eminence. There are no results that you can see when you use Eminence. Do you feel good when you put it on? Sure, but you can't see the results. Some of the most expensive eye creams I've sold, Obagi, TNS, Skin Medica, La Mer, I've sold it all. We're talking like $350 for an eye cream. Can you see the results in 30 days? No. Maybe because you're spending $350, you feel good about it. But what if you, why would you use it if you can't see the results? We're seeing radical results in 15 days. This is my friend Colette. She's a social media influencer. She has 100,000 followers. She goes on and talks about Sensia on her Instagram page and sells $4,000 worth of product. No, she makes a profit of $4,000 in 30 minutes from just talking about Sensia. Why would she talk about it? Well, look at the fine lines around her eyes. Look at her pore size. Look at the brown spots. It's a noticeable difference. This is someone who for a living sells makeup on Instagram, and she has her choice to use any kind of skincare she wants. Skincare companies throw products at her. And she met me, decided to give Sensia a try, and here she is, one of our biggest spokespeople. It works. Now, I've just recently seen the movie Sound of Freedom. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend it, because we need to be aware of what's happening to the children around the world in regards to sex trafficking. And I am so happy to say that our company partners with Love Justice International, which is a company that has thousands of people around the world, employees looking to intercept children and places where there's natural disasters, at the borders, before the children are taken. They're trained on what to look for. They take these children, they get these children before they go off into the hands of the traffickers. And every single purchase of our Me Collagen Pro, this is one of my favorite products. It's one of our best sellers. It's a combination of collagen. It's been proven to get in your bloodstream in less than 15 minutes. Probiotics, huge for the gut, and biotin, huge for hair and nails. Tastes amazing, has like 12 calories, no carbohydrates. It's a fantastic product. And every time you purchase it, a percentage of it goes to Love Justice International. We have a package that includes the Sensia as well as the Me Collagen Pro, and it's one of my favorite packs. Some of you are watching on Changing Lives with Pure right now. If you are, you can use the search box on that page to type in whatever ailment your family struggles with. And I'm talking anything. You can type in depression. You can type in ADHD. You can type in anxiety. You can type in cholesterol. You can type in blood pressure, liver function tests, platelet issues. We've had this site up for 5 years now, and we have close to 12,000 people in the group, and testimonies are posted daily. I call it my TripAdvisor for Pure. Okay, you don't believe me, you don't know me, whoever invited you, you should ask them what their story is, because I can assure you they have one. But get on this page and type in what your family deals with. What if you could get off that reflux medication? What if you weren't popping Tums anymore, taking Advil PM every night, taking Advil 6 times a day, which has an effect on your kidneys, by the way? What if you could stop? It's worth a try, right? So when I first got started, my goal was to get as many people on the products as possible, because I saw the radical changes in everybody who used them. But I told you along the way, I meet all these people who couldn't afford it, or $289. I'm like, what? I grew up in a family with no money, one of 7 kids. My parents were basically on the line of poverty. They got divorced when I was 14. We lost our house. My mom had to go to her father and beg for money. And I knew at a very young age, I was never, ever, ever, ever going to be without money. So I got 3 jobs in high school. I got straight A's in high school. I got into the University of Florida. I got straight A's at University of Florida. I got into medical school, chose last minute. I don't want to go that long. We're going to PA school, whatever that is. That took me a long 3 years to get into PA school. Graduated at the top of my class, got into one of the best, highest paid specialties you can get into, and I made the money. When I worked, I made money. When I didn't work, I made no money. So I worked and I worked and I worked and I worked. And then I started having kids, and I realized, I don't know if it's better to have money and no time, or better to have time and no money. I would say it's better to have neither one. And so I went on the search and read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and went looking, how do I create income? How do I get out of this situation that I spent $110,000 on my education in 8.5 years of my life? I have a child going to Clemson University this year. Like, watching him go through these steps, I'm not going to let him make the same mistakes that I made. What are you doing to get out of debt? What are you doing to build another stream of income? What is your plan? What's your goal? I had somebody reach out to me about a week ago, and I met with her online. What's your goal? I want to make $1,000 a week. Okay, great. How much time do you plan to invest here? Well, I don't know if I can come up with an hour a week. I might not. I don't know. I'm really busy. I don't know if I can come up with an hour a week. Well, sister, if you can find something that you can work less than an hour a week and make $1,000 a week, please tell the rest of us what it is, because minimum wage pays $10 an hour. So that's 100 hours you'd have to work to make $1,000 in the real world. All right. My request here is 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and I can help you create a weekly check. That's not difficult for me to do. I've helped thousands of people earn weekly checks. I'm looking for 10 or 100 people who want to lock in $10,000 a week. Why? Because these 100 people and we're going to change the world. We're going to change the world. We're going to reach millions of lives. We're going to make sure people know that you don't have to be broke. You don't have to be sick. And you don't have to have a lack of time. It is the future. E-commerce is the future. You want to make sure that whatever you choose to partner with and invest your time in, it's going to be here in the future. E-commerce is where it's going. Okay. Everyone with a body, sooner or later, is looking for supplementation and trying to get the best nutrition in their body. Okay. I have a friend who's recently been diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. She was not into nutrition before this diagnosis. She was not. She went on a freaking journey. She went on a search trying to figure out, how do I heal this? How do I fix it? She chose not to do the chemo route. Guess what? Her cancer is receding. She's not doing the chemo route. She had to go do the research on her own. Everybody with a body sooner or later figures out, you better pay close attention to what you're putting into this thing. Okay. And we're getting smarter. Knowledge, information, it's at the touch of a fingertip now. Whereas you used to have to go sit with the doctor, or I used to have to go to the University of Florida, check in, use my credentials to get into the Medline database to pull up studies. You guys, 10-year-old, my 15-year-old can pull up medical studies. We were talking about medical studies this afternoon. He can do that from Google. So in the future, everyone's buying online. In the future, everyone is going to at some point be concerned about their body or their dog's body or their kid's body or their mom's body. And they're going to be looking for what we have here. And if we have the best of the best, which we do, they will find out about it if we've got enough people to partner with us to share it. If you're just afraid to order products, livepure.com, guys, throw what you want into the cart. I love the family package. It services not just you, but your whole family. And I didn't want to just service me. I could have started with the Core Plus, but then I wouldn't have given it to my nephew or my husband or my son. I would have been very like, oh, it's mine. I don't think I'd be here if I'd done that. So I got the family package. I got $1,500 worth of free product in that pack. I got to write it off. And my whole family got healthy. And we've got all these amazing testimonies. When you go to checkout, it's going to say, do you want to be a preferred customer? Yes. Choose to be a preferred customer, get 25% off. And it's free to join as a preferred customer. And there's no obligation to purchase again. But if you're sitting here going, I don't have $289, Rachel. I don't have a plan B. I don't know how I'm going to get out of debt. I don't have any free time. I want to take my kids on vacation this year and we have no money to do that. Or my brother needs this, or my sister needs this, or my mom needs this. You need to be a brand partner. It's $49 to enroll, and that's waived if you get one of our business packages. I could go through story after story after story of people who've created not just weekly checks, but have replaced their full-time income. Kristen was the vice president of a company. She traveled out of that house in hotels 150 nights a year, missed out on her girls growing up from elementary and middle school. She walked away from that very lucrative job when they went into high school and said, I don't know what I'm going to do for money, but I'm not missing out on my girls' final years. And she watched a presentation like this the same month that she walked away from that job. And watched it too, her husband. And he actually did business with one of our owners as the 74th Nike dealer. And he said, anything this man touches turns to gold. If he's part of this company, I'm in. That was 5 years ago. They went on to make $30,000 in 9 weeks. And oh yeah, she's more than replaced her income. And she has gotten to spend every moment with those girls, both of them, just the second one just graduated, that she wanted to spend with them over the last 5 years. She was in control of what she did with her time, not her boss. See, my boss used to be in control of my time. He used to tell me what time I came in. He used to tell me when I could take off. He used to tell me when I couldn't take off. He used to tell me when I could take lunch. Are you sick of that? I'm sick of it, but I didn't think there was a way out. So I just started this 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, just started to every day. Kristen told her friend Cozy. Cozy's husband had just died of cancer. She was raising 4 kids by herself. Cozy starts calling people. You got to take a look at this. I don't know if it's for you. You got to take a look at this. I don't know if it's for you. You got to take a look at this. $32,000 made in the first 3 months. Crazy. Dave and Lindley went on to make $102,000 in 6 months. You know what they did? They made a list of 50 people. They sat down on a Sunday afternoon and for 2 hours called all 50 people and invited them to a presentation like this at 7 o'clock that night. 20 people got on, 13 people ordered, 3 of them ordered business packages, and $102,000 was in Lindley's bank account 6 months later. Josh and Ashley paid off $30,000 of credit card debt in 5 weeks. Is it in the next one? It's in 5 weeks. In 5 weeks, they paid off $30,000 worth of credit card debt. Then they went on to take their continued pure income, because it comes in weekly, And mind you, they told a lot of people. Josh is no joke. He just started calling people. I got something you got to look at. I know you're the man of the house. I know you like to make money. I got something. You got to take a look at it. If I send you a link, will you watch it? Call. And so money just kept coming in because people kept ordering. And so now he buys a real estate property. And then he buys another one. And then he buys another one. They have 12 passive income real estate properties that they were able to purchase because of their income they had with Peer. What is your thing you want to do? What is your passion? Maybe you want to open a pet store. Maybe you want to open a fishing service on the local coastline. You don't have the money to do it. You don't even have a boat. Pure is your financial field to do the things you want to do the things that excite you, to do what you were here to do. You get customers. There are two real ways to build this. You can build teams or build customers. My friend Colette, the social media influencer, she just has customers. If you have 20 customers who order 3 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month. Remember what I said? Somebody orders the Core Plus, 93 out of 100 of them repurchase 2 to 3 products going forward. Customers turn into business builders. I can promise you that. They start pooping every day and they're like, oh my gosh, my sisters need this. I've got to tell them. And I'm like, well, you need to be a brand partner so they can go buy it from you. Think of it like vending machines. Guys, this is what I used to think about when I was in the OR all day long. If I had vending machines on I-95 and I sold Cheetos and Pepsi and Oreos and Beth, I could make a little bit of money every time somebody stopped at the rest stop and purchased it. This is the way my mind was working back then. Well, I am kind of a vending machine now. You know, if I meet somebody and I give them my website and they go to livepeer.com and they order from me, I make money. What's really cool is they start watching videos. They get on purelifechangers.com. They get on changingliveswithpure.com. They invite people to take a look and get on the presentation tonight. I go to sleep and I've got 2 vending machines. I wake up and I've got 10. Can you imagine? That's what this is like. I went to work years ago trying to figure out how can anybody do this. I met with an old network marketer yesterday and he was like, oh, I'm just, not everybody can do this. Not everybody can educate on the products. And, I'm not sure that it works anymore. I'm like, oh, it works, but not if you try to get everybody to educate on the products. Not if you try to teach everybody to be a salesperson. That does not work. That does not work. I teach people how to invite. If you can get people to watch a presentation, you can do this. Okay, we teach you exactly what to do and how to do it. You get a paint by number system, teaching you 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, exactly what to do. I showed this picture for a few reasons. One, I want to hit the elephant in the room head on. Is it a pyramid? What do you mean by that? One of those things where the person at the top makes all the money. You mean like your job? You mean like my job, where the doctor made the most, then the CFO, then the other doctors, then the PAs. We couldn't make as much as the doctors. Then the secretaries, then the janitor. Janitor could never make as much as the doctor. You mean like that? That's the opposite of that. I make more than the person who told me. I make more than the person who told them and the person who told them and the person who told them. You can make more than me. If you're coachable and you're consistent, does not everybody make money here? One, they're not coachable. They go try to do their own thing and they fail. 2, they're not consistent. It's like a teenager getting a job at Target and going for 2 weeks and then not going for the next 2 months of summer and saying, I don't know why I'm not getting any checks. I don't understand. Because you're not working. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. We teach you exactly what to do. What I want you to see about this is look at Kara and Jen at the top. See, they partnered with me first. Because they partnered with me, the next people that I brought in went on their team. And the next people that I brought in went on their team. And the next people that they brought in went on their team. What does that mean, Rachel? That means every time that these people whose names you see here, Linda, Jason, Stephen, order products, it goes into a savings account for Jen. Why does Jen get that benefit? Because she partnered with me first. So who are you partnering with? And are you just going to watch and you're going to wait? I need more time to think about it. Typically, people don't need more time to think about it. They need answers to their questions. There's a Q&A box at the bottom. Ask your questions, guys. I'm live. I've been going live every day for the last 2 weeks. This is my last night to be live. Tomorrow night, the men are going live. You can make whatever you want to make here. I've gone online. I'm trying to build a social media side to this now. I built this whole thing without social media at all. Someone today said to me, I don't have any friends on social media. I'm like, good, because I didn't build this on social media. And my strength is not building on social media. But I am trying to build on social media right now. And I'm looking for side hustle and side gigs. And it's all these like 20-year-olds trying to sell you their coaching program for $100, $1,000, $5,000. I'm going to tell you right now, you get my coaching for free when you purchase products for your family's health. You get to choose what level you want to go in at, how involved I am with your coaching. $49 to get started with the business. The monthly overhead is 3 to 4 products a month. If you can't afford $135 a month, and by the way, Your body, your one irreplaceable asset is worth $135 a month. Okay. It's worth it. If you can't afford it and Aunt Betty's a customer of yours and she orders 3 products a month, your monthly overhead's covered. Then you go place your first order. You can start wherever you want. I'm going to say that again. You can start wherever you want. You can start with the Core Plus if you want to, $289, and then pay the $49 business builder fee, and then pay shipping. Or you can start with the family package, which is what I recommend because the shipping is waived. The $49 is waived. You're getting $4,000 worth of products for $2,569. You're getting into the company's additional bonus plan. So if you have 2 sisters, one of them joins with the Core Plus, one of them joins with the family package. They both call the same amount of people. They both enroll the same amount of people. They both enroll the same people with the same products, the family package. The sister who came in with the family package is going to have a bigger check, much bigger checks for the next 3 months because she came in with the family pack. So I had a friend say to me a couple years ago, we came with the family pack because we didn't have the money for the Core Plus. We figured we don't have the money for the Core Plus. We don't have the money for the family pack either. We're going to go all in. We're not going to toe dip. We're not going to just mess around with this and see if it works. We are all in and we're going to get that money back. They made their money back in a week. And then they were in the positive. Okay. But in addition to this, this is how you get into my VIP program. I have a weekly Q&A call. We had over 75 questions on my VIP Q&A session last night. It's a weekly Q&A call. We have leadership retreats my husband and I do just for our VIP as an incentive every single year. And then you also have special mentoring and coaching with the 6- and 7-figure earners on our team when you are a VIP. So again, family package is my favorite. Services your whole family. You're not selling these products. You are consuming them. It's a combination of the best of all of our products. You've got our collagen. You've got our Sensia skincare. You've got our Neuro Boost, which wakes up the mind. You've got our sports line, which I cannot live without. You've got our vegan shake. You've got our Pure XL, which has glutathione, the best, most bioavailable glutathione you can find on the planet in our family package. You've got Skin Defense, which I usually have it here. We use it in our cars. I'm going on a plane tomorrow. I'll be using it to spray my hands. Not those, they give me those crappy little towelettes full of alcohol. I'm not using that. We've got colloidal silver that we use in our ears and on our eyes and on my dog's lashes if she has one. It's everything. It's our greens. Chris beat cancer. Chris Work right here. Half of his book is about greens and mushrooms. Everything he talks about is in our greens product that we have right there. See, I've just talked about the starter package and the Core Plus, which is super exciting. Everything else we offer is even more exciting, and you get all of that with the family package. Highly recommend the family package. When you begin to share it with others and they start to watch, I'll tell you the numbers. 30% of people who watch a presentation choose to join as a business partner or a customer. All right. So whatever you lack in skill, you can make up for in numbers. So I'll just tell you, if you have 100 people watch a presentation, 30 people will join. They might not join right away. They'll join in the next couple of weeks if you follow our system and do what we tell you to do after they've watched it. When 4 people come in with the same package you came in with, you've made your money back and some extra profit. So you just got your family's health for free. So guys, livepure.com. Throw in the cart, whatever you want. Go to checkout, choose to be a brand partner, type in the name of the person who invited you. If you like to travel for free. My real strength is helping people earn free trips. This is over 50 people we took to Sorrento, Italy last year. Our owners rented out a whole week of that 5-star hotel at the top, the Grand Excelsior. We all stayed there. It was phenomenal. We're going to Greece in September. These are all of the people that we helped earn the trip to Greece, more than we took to Italy. All walks of life, all colors, all ages. I don't care who you are and where you're from and what your college education or non-college education is. Anybody can do this. Our next trip is to Switzerland. If you join tonight, there is absolutely no reason why you should not be in Switzerland with us in 2024. No reason, unless you quit. I mean, if you quit, there's nothing I can do to help you. But if you refuse to quit and you spend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and you get all of our training calls and you plug into our system, the sky's the limit, guys. But I can promise you, if you don't change, nothing is going to change. So you better not speak where you are and expect change to happen. Okay, so that's the end. We are live streaming, we're recording, and I see that there's some questions coming in, so I'll just keep the recording going. I have watched, purchased, and continue to buy. Still can't sell. Well, Tammy, I'm not sure who you enrolled under, but how you really need a coaching call. You need a launch call with your upline 6- and 7-figure earner. So right below who your sponsor is, and we'll make sure that they know who you are. And all of the training instructions are on there. Typically what's happening is people are inviting the wrong way. They're talking a lot about these amazing omega-3 products and the greens that are in Chris Work's book in the cancer. And oh, my plantar fasciitis is gone. That doesn't work. That's not what we teach you to do. We teach you to invite and say, I'm getting on this webinar tonight. I mean, it's changed my life. I love it. You've got to take a look. That's it. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining. Again, if you're not good at sales, you don't need to be good at sales. You don't need to know about everything that's in the products and the comp plan. I am working for your friend that invited you here tonight. I'm working for them. Wow. Here, they're probably having dinner with their family, and I'm working for them. Do you have somebody working for you right now while you're doing other things? If not, this is a great way to get a whole slew of people working for you. So we have an amazing team. All right, you guys, God bless. Take care. Thanks so much for joining. Get back to the person who invited you. Let them know your thoughts. If it's not for you, it's not for you. We're not going to talk you into it. It's fine. But just be honest and say it's not for you.